Warning! This podcast contains piano. Really bad piano.
Yo, I forgot about the piano. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the ASOTV podcast for Fear the Walking Dead, Season 2, Episode 9, Los Muertos. I am your host, Cleo, and with me I have Dom.
Just chilling on the beach.
Yeah.
I lost my lower half to a walker.
Yeah, you know, these things happen.
Yeah.
So speaking of having walkers do things to you and not dying,
Yeah.
we learned a little bit about Alejandro.
Or did we?
We learned a bit about him, but he's still like a mystery. I
don't know if what he's saying is true.
Probably not.
But here's the thing, though.
If he got bit, yeah, it could be. But they're making it sound like he's immune to the virus, which I don't think is the thing, because he has a bite.
It could be.
It looks
could be
like
that too.
Human teeth.
Mm-hmm.
May or may not have been a walker. We have no idea. We don't know. We don't even hear it from Alejandro. We hear it from Luisa.
Yeah.
Tells Nick.
I mean,
about
it's completely possible that he is immune to the virus. Just recently, the CW just did a crazy show. It was a one-series show. It was called Containment, and it was about a mutated virus that went, and they had to quarantine people, and they didn't have a cure ready and everything like that. It turned out like 1 out of every 300 people were immune to the virus.
But here's the thing. You cannot tell if you're immune to the zombie virus until you are dead.
Right. Exactly.
Surviving a bite might just mean he's immune to
the infection.
Which
actually
leads to death.
Which is actually what it ended up having in Containment. It's not really spoilers or anything like that. It's a great series. If you guys haven't watched it, I 100% recommend it. The show has not hit me in the feels like that in a very, very, very long time. It's a fantastic show. It's only like 12 episodes or 10 episodes or something, so definitely check it out. But the person who was immune was still a carrier. That was the interesting part of it. They still carried the virus even though they were immune to it. Yeah.
And I mean, Alejandro's got like this cult around him. This town is really looking like a cult. He's got them chanting. There's human sacrifice-ish, sort of.
Yeah.
But I feel the need to welcome you to my room. I don't think we've ever seen this much of my room in one frame before.
No.
No, probably not.
I trimmed some of it out too.
Yeah, I know. This camera is insane. Yeah. So, where is the quote? Something about those who are close to death are fed to the dead.
Mm-hmm.
So poor Papa, as they called him on Talking Dead.
Talking Dead, yeah.
Poor Papa was sick or bit or whatever. He was dying. He went willingly into the arms of the walkers who just ate him.
His daughter definitely didn't understand that. I mean,
no,
I don't even think it felt portrayed very well to me, because I didn't realize that he was ill when he was doing that either at the time.
Well, here's the thing, because yeah, at the time, you're right. At the time, I didn't realize, but Luisa said he was sick.
Yeah, and it still, for whatever reason, didn't click until The Talking Dead, and that's when I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense now. So it's good to sit down and talk things out like that, because there's things that, just for whatever reason, they don't click.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the their door in and out of the town is the bus. Their gap in the fence is a bus.
Yeah.
That's how they leave. I think that's pretty cool. Gives you a double door system.
Yeah, so if, but...
Wait for that to go to shit.
Well, school buses are really tricky,
Yeah.
Because the only way you can open them from the inside is the handle. There's no other good way to really open the side door, Mm-hmm. It's very easy to open from the outside because it pushes and,
yeah,
it folds in like that. So it is double protection, because if they get through the back door and the side door is closed, the walkers can't push that open.
No.
You know, so... But
if they
if it was
accidentally
the
pull the
other
lever.
way... Yeah, if they accident. But if it was the other way, they'd be able to push it. You know,
Yeah.
so it just ends up working really well the way it's set up. So
Yeah. Yeah. And what was I gonna say about... No, got that. Yeah. Oh, and we learned Alejandro's not a physician. He's a pharmacist, which is why all the drugs.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think we were talking about that. It's like, he can't just be a doctor. There's never an actual doctor in The Walking Dead.
No.
And when there is, they get killed really quickly.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Herschel lasted a while.
Well, he was a veterinarian. He wasn't a real doctor.
That's true. That's true.
We had one real doctor. He was a surgeon, and he was porch dick, and he didn't last that long. And he was drunk half the time. You know, most of the time he was around. So, real doctors hard to find in zombie apocalypse. So we finally get the rest of the group. We get Strand, Maddie, Ophelia, Alicia. They find their way to a hotel. That's after
Abigail, yeah.
By the Mexican police.
Oof.
Which, correct me if I'm wrong, I think those are the guys who Luis shot on the Abigail. They were the ones that they had to bribe to get over the border.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I think this is definitely a revenge. It's like, oh, you shot us? Taking your fucking boat. See you later.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't realize that until after the episode. I was like, wait, the Mexican police. Hold on.
Right, but and then they left a note they scrawled in the sand with the sticks and everything, they scrawled a note. Abigail was lost, head north or whatever, but that's not very descriptive.
No.
And I understand they can't be like, hey, go to the hotel, because then other people are going to see that.
But they also didn't know that's where they were going.
I thought that they said that they were going there and then wrote the note.
I thought Strand just said they were going north.
Maybe. I felt like they knew the direction at that. But it's just like, you can't if they did know, then you can't realistically write, hey, I'm going to be at so-and-so address, here, come, because then people are going to know there's survivors here. Let's rob them.
I mean, we've seen this before with Maggie leaving notes for Glenn on the road to Terminus.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's definitely... It's a desperate play to try to get, Travis to follow them, I think. Or Nick. Speaking of which, Maddie is not handling this very well.
Do you blame her?
She is holding on too tight. No. Not at all. But I mean, she keeps thinking, things are slipping out of my hands. I should hold on tighter. And Alicia's like, no, Mom, stop. You're making it worse. Alicia seems to be the only one that's put together right now.
Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, she went and she had, a nice shower or whatever, and, she's, like, going to look for Ophelia, and, when the walker jumped off the roof, and I know they said this on The Talking Dead, but I thought that was Ophelia as well.
I did too, because I think that was intentional, because we were just looking at this survivor who hung himself because he ran out of food.
Right.
He was stuck in the hotel. He ran out of food. And Ophelia is very desperate. Like, she's lost her father. She is the Debbie Downer. Like, she just starts saying stuff, and it's like, Jesus, lady.
Yep.
So I was, Ophelia was like, I understand why he gave up. Not Abigail. Alicia is like, you don't give up. You just keep going. It's like, you're the trooper. Ophelia's not quite there.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, I thought she jumped too.
Oh, it was really scary. And then she goes screaming for her, and it's like, this walker's falling off the roof, and you're screaming through the hotel, and that's probably not a good idea. And then next thing we know, she's in the stairwell, and I'm like, oh, fuck. I just want to know, why are there so many walkers in the stairwell as opposed to the hallways?
I don't know. You see, this is an environment that hasn't given us too many clues yet.
Right, but I mean, usually, I'm looking at this from a people are infected, they're panicking kind of thing. You're not going to have 50 people holed up in a stairwell. You're more likely going to have 50 people holed up on a floor.
I don't know, because to me that seemed like power's out, elevator's not working, people try to get out, they bum rush the stairs, they get stuck. If there's a walker in there, everyone's getting bit. I guess I could see that.
I could see that.
And then they're stuck, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see it happening that way.
Yeah. We definitely had people, all these walkers in the hotel rooms.
Yeah, that made sense to me.
Yeah, they hold themselves up, ran out of food.
But what did they not have, like, sliding glass doors, like, to their thing? Like, how did the walkers just, like, break the glass for no reason?
What do you mean?
Of the room. You don't just have, like, an open wall that leads to your porch out in your hotel room. So I want to
unless the door was open when they turned.
Yeah, but all of them? There's so many falling from the balconies. Everybody left their balcony windows open?
I don't know.
You know, that felt weird to me.
Maybe people died on the porch. It could have been different for everyone.
Yeah, I guess. I was thinking maybe there was like a party on the roof or something. You know, everybody was like trying to get off, looking for planes or, you know, something. But these people are actually falling out of like their balconies, not the roof, you know, so felt weird.
Well, it could also be you leave a zombie alone in a hotel. It's only a matter of time before they break something,
Tell
right?
There's a brain in the corner. How do you keep a zombie busy for hours? You lock him in a circular room and tell him there's a brain in the corner. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I broke you with that analogy.
You did. I was literally just picturing one zombie like just up against the wall, just like. Anyway, I love Maddie and Strand, super BFFs, getting drunk together, doing stupid stuff, breaking glasses.
Yeah. And they address this on The Talking Dead, and this is something that I've always wondered, and, you know, whatever, is do they actually drink during drunk scenes? Because it seems like it would be so easy to do. You know, like, you're supposed to be drunk. I'm not saying get smashed on set, but I'm saying maybe have a drink, you know, depending on how strong it is, maybe two. Just to get the light little buzz going to just ease into it and make it that much easier and more realistic. But they said no, they were 100% professional, and that actually kind of surprised me, to be completely honest. They were fantastic.
They were very convincing.
They were fantastic at acting drunk. Yeah, they were fantastic. Yeah. So I'm sure there was some method acting involved in, hey, let's get drunk and act this out, and then let's film it, you know, rehearse sober acting drunk. I'm sure there was some of that, you know, for inspiration. But, you know, I just assumed that when people did drunk scenes like that, they were slightly tipsy.
No, I always assume they're not drinking anything.
I would make a terrible actor. I'd be like, nope, I gotta be bomb for this scene.
Yeah, well, whatever works.
Method acting.
So we find out, you know, Strand starts giving... she picks the tequila. But we find out that she lied to her children about how her husband died. He drove into oncoming traffic on purpose.
Yeah. I mean, that's something you really don't want to tell your kids.
No, obviously.
You know. So, I don't blame her for lying.
Not at all.
You know, there's always there's the good lies and there's the bad lies, and most lies are the bad lies, but, you know, occasionally you'll get something like this that is honestly done without harm intended. You know, like the purpose behind the lie is not to be malicious. It is 100% for protection. And normally when you get people lying, it's 100% protection, but it's for themselves.
Yeah.
And that ends up being malicious. She was lying to look out for and preserve the memory of their father in a positive manner. So
yeah, I also think it was also to protect her from seeing her children have to deal with.
Yeah, but I feel like it's still more the kids, you know.
Yeah.
So I applaud her for that.
Mm-hmm. It's just, and we're getting a lot about the father. So I'm wondering where all this is gonna go. Like, they're not just dropping all this information about the father for no reason.
Zombie dad?
Why is he in Mexico?
Since when did they say that this whole show is gonna stay in Mexico forever?
Well, okay, people who died long before, like, he died years before the apocalypse.
Okay.
Corpses in the ground don't come.
Not that we know of.
Not that we know of, but we can assume that...
So you're telling me the safest place in a walker invasion is a cemetery?
Yep.
Huh. I'm gonna go hole up in a mausoleum.
Exactly. Won't have to worry about that. That thing's been dead for a while. But... because we can assume that when you know, zombies started, you know, walking around, that's when, you know, that's when everyone got the virus.
Right.
So people who are already dead would not be able to contract the virus since they're already dead.
Right.
Yeah. I thought I had more to say, but that kind of explained it.
Yeah, explained it really well. There's really not much more to elaborate on that.
More to say. Yeah, no. Can't elaborate more.
No.
We learned some more about Maddie. She's from Alabama.
That explains the southern accent.
Yep. A little bit. A little twinge. And a lot of theories now is that she's related to someone from The Walking Dead proper.
Ooh.
The regular series. Who? Oh, you haven't heard this?
No, I have not.
Lots of people think it's either Rick, like she's Rick's sister,
or
she's Lori's sister.
Huh.
Or Andrea's sister, something like that.
Yeah, I could see that.
Well, I feel like if it was Andrea, we would have known, you know, because we knew Andrea's sister.
Yeah, that's true.
So
yeah, I would love it to be Rick's, to be honest.
Yeah.
And
because they went on.
At some point, these shows cross. I would fucking love that.
Yeah. And they were going on about the last name, you know, why it's different than anyone else on the show. You know, kept her married name, whatever. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. We're gonna find out because they're not just giving us these backgrounds for nothing.
No, that is a good point. That is 100% a good point. I'd never even crossed my mind. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it was like when I went to do the notes, it was just like the top article was like, is she related to people? And I was like, ooh, click.
See, it's things like this that get me really excited for these shows. It's like when I forget what season it was on The Talking Dead, but it was the episode that Chris Jericho from WWE is on there, and they were talking about how Walking Dead could technically be a sequel to Breaking Bad. Yes. Where people are experimenting with the blue meth and somebody gets it incredibly wrong and accidentally starts the zombie apocalypse. And it was like, it wasn't a very long, in-depth conversation they had. It was pretty short, but like the time that they spent on it was still enough to get me really excited about that, you know? So, mm-hmm. I don't know, I love crossovers in any capacity. It doesn't really matter what it is. Mm-hmm. Even if it's something I don't watch. I love it. I don't know why.
Yep. So Louisa took... that's her name, right? Louisa?
Mm-hmm.
Took Nick for supplies. It's like a mob-run grocery store or something like that.
Yeah. Now... The candy that Nick took.
Yeah.
Why didn't he just put it in the carriage?
Because she told him no.
Why didn't he just put it in the carriage? Like, he's not 5 years old. If he wants some candy, they literally said, if it fits in the carriage, you can have it.
Yeah, exactly. And I agree. Because she probably wouldn't have let him take it if it was for him, but it wasn't for him. All he had to do was say, this is for the little girl. I want to give that little girl a fucking Twinkie because she just watched her father get eaten.
Yeah.
You know? A Twinkie is literally the least we can do for this girl.
Yeah.
If he had said that, she would have let him put it in the cart. I know it. But he didn't. And why didn't he do that? John thinks that he has something to prove. He wanted to prove something by stealing it.
It's hard to say. But
yeah.
I'm glad that he didn't get away with it because it brought for a fantastic scene.
Seriously.
So.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get himself shot. He's a fucking idiot.
Basically bartered the candy or Twinkie, whatever it was, for...
he threatened...
Oxys?
Oxy.
You know?
That's what they paid for their shopping cart, was the Oxy for a cart full of groceries.
Right.
And...
Which, can I just take a second to laugh about the gift on the Talking Dead?
What was it?
Did you not see?
Oh, the cart full of water, yeah.
Like, everybody else that's been on the show gets, like, practical things or souvenirs, you know, something that you could be like, oh, this may not have been an exact prop from the show, but it's a replica prop, something, you know, whatever. She literally got a shopping cart full of water. She can't take that back on a plane with her if she was on a trip, you know, something like, you know, again, even like if I got that and my house was down the street, I still wouldn't want to wheel the shopping cart down to my house, you know?
I mean, yeah, maybe you're not gonna take the shopping cart, but she got the Mexican Twinkie.
That is true.
Which is I'm only assuming that's what it was because it looked like, you know, chocolate sponge cake with cream in the inside. So.
Right.
Mexican Twinkie. I don't know. It's just what I've been calling it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just, and you know what? Maybe he stole it to set up that confrontation. Like maybe he didn't expect to get fucking tackled, but maybe he wanted them to call him out so that he could barter or whatever. Which it wasn't bartering. That was threatening. He threatened to cut off the supply of Oxy. And it's not like they're drug addicts. These are actual sick people who need Oxy. That guy's sister's dying.
Right.
So. I don't know. But Nick never does anything for no reason.
No. And that is why Nick is my favorite character on the show.
Yeah.
It's just so fascinating to watch. Like, even when he's stumbling around, it's like, he looks so much like a walker. Like, so much. And Porch Dick on Talking Dead, you know, said it himself. He was a zombie and he came back to life, you know. Not literally, but, you know, because of the drugs, you know.
That wasn't Porch Dick.
No? Oh, no. That
was Talk Shit Get Bit.
Yeah, sorry.
Because it took me a while. I was like, hold on. John, is that Talk Shit Get Bit guy?
Yeah.
I looked it up. I was like, oh, yeah, it is.
I loved his Negan cosplay, by the way.
Oh, it was great.
Who's Negan?
Who's Deanna? It's not that funny. Yeah, so Nick has basically put this whole town in danger. You know, because he stole a Twinkie.
That sounds like Nick, to be honest.
It seriously does. but yeah, when we saw these people have those people had lots of guns, lots of machine guns, and it seems like Alejandro's crew, which I don't know what that town is called. Did they give that town a name?
If they did, I didn't catch it.
God, I want to give it a name. Like, what should we call it? Because like I've been dying to call this town something. Alejandro.
Alejandria.
I was gonna say that. I was like, wait, how can I make it sound like Alexandria? Alejandria.
Perfect.
It's perfect. So yeah, he put them in danger because it seems like they only have melee weapons. Like I haven't seen them with a gun. Have you?
No.
Yeah, I don't think they have guns at all.
If they do, they're keeping them very well hidden.
Yeah.
So.
Which they're like, Luisa was like, we have to sneak back. And I'm like, how? You have two very loud shopping carts.
Yeah, just wheel them through the bus. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I was thinking that too. I'm like, how are they going to quickly? There's no way to quickly do that.
No. Just ram them into the fence and keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, because then it cuts, and the next thing we know, they're back in the town, and it's like, how? Show us how. Doesn't make sense. But yeah, no, it was that whole, like, Alejandro was giving the sermon about the dead, and they were all chanting, and it was just like, oh, I'm uncomfortable. What's happening?
Actually, I think they did. They didn't actually give the town a name, but the city that it's in was shown on a sign on the first episode. That's the direction Nick was heading in.
Tijuana?
I think so.
I didn't think he made it to Tijuana.
No?
Is that in Tijuana?
I don't know.
You know what? They might be in Tijuana.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
So.
Yeah, but that would be a.
We could still call it Alejandria.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, gotta redraw those boundaries now, and we've got people making their own cities and stuff. So.
Yeah.
You got anything else to say about this episode? That's all I got.
The whole bar fight thing was fantastic. Smashing bottles over the walkers' heads and chairs. It was like a regular barroom brawl. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah. Yeah, and the actor who plays Strand was like, Strand sobered up really quickly.
Yeah. Didn't even need any coffee.
Start fighting. Yep, nope, none. Just, oh, shit.
Smashing chair. And then I love seeing the rehearsal for it, on Talking Dead, the behind the scenes where they're like lining the chair up on his back and it's just fantastic. But things like that always fascinate me, and the fact that they're filming this in this hotel while the hotel is actually active.
The old guy who was walking around just had to go back and forth because he forgot stuff in the middle of the night.
I was like, oh my god, I would love to see this,
Yeah. That's so funny.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's it. I don't know. I'm just curious how long it's going to take for Nick to catch back up to the group. Like, are they going to carry this out for the whole season? I
think it's going to get carried out because I don't think Nick wants to go back. Nick definitely doesn't want to go back.
But it's more of they're looking for somewhere to go, and it's a matter of time of when they get there. Is what I think.
Well, I mean, they're not going to like the cultiness of it.
No,
I don't think so.
And that's when the town is going to go even further to shit.
Yeah.
So
we've seen it happen time and time again. Gonna find out. So next episode. Oh, what is it called? Shit.
Not that.
Do Not Disturb. Oh, it's funny because they're in a hotel. Do Not Disturb. Travis has a hard time connecting with Chris. Finally, I can't wait. The father-son. Let's try not to kill anybody. Road trip.
Yeah.
While looking for shelter. Alicia meets a woman with a bloody past. So we actually did see that woman in the preview.
Okay.
They showed her for like a split second. We didn't hear her talk. It was just there's someone that's standing next to Alicia that isn't Ophelia.
Right. And I'm really looking forward to the whole Chris thing. Like, this is what I've been waiting for since the show went on break, so.
Me too. Because I find Chris so fascinating.
Yeah.
Like, he was literally like this non-violent dude who just spent a little too much time with his mother's dead body and just became a tiny serial killer.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's all for this episode. Dom, where can the people find you?
You can find me down below with my feet in the sand at Phenomedom. PHENOMEDOM.
Do. And you can find me at Cleomoto on the socials, and you can find all of us at ASOTV Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, and right here on YouTube. Follow us for some more podcasts from some of your favorite TV shows, video games, and movies. Until next time, bye-bye.
See you later. Talk to you again, bit.